Brockton Celestial Forge. When we left off, they were talking about recruiting the MC, doing an interlude chapter for Brian. So he's basically useless for team support. Not that that would be enough to kill pressure to recruit, not with how he fared tonight. There was some mechanical knowledge there. You can tell from how his gear was made. Access to a decent machine shop too, but no, he's not going to be churning out ray guns for anyone. With what he pulled out, it's not like he needed to sell himself on the prospect of propping up a team. That was closer than it looked. Brian raised an eyebrow at that. He managed a last-minute boost that saved his life. There's some continuous durability, but not on the level of that many grenades. That what he pulled after the blast, with that weird glow? Lisa nodded. Some kind of enhancement effect. He has the materials for it in those pouches. She paused to consider something, then shared. Early in the fight, he was considering going for one of them that would have ended things. He had something that would have put down Oni Lee? Put him down as in 6 feet down. Lisa's voice was grave. He was trying to say non-lethal, but he had some big guns in reserves. That was concerning. Knowing about it was better than going in blind, but if recruitment went badly, they would be facing serious firepower, as well as someone they couldn't drop. What are we talking about here? How bad could this get? I don't know. She waved him off before he could respond. I don't know because he doesn't know. He hasn't had a chance to test out that stuff. Whatever it is, he knows it's dangerous, but he's not clear on the specifics. Ryan winced at that. In terms of how bad that was, it was pretty fucking bad. On the Cape scene, there were few things scarier than a tinkerer pulling out some device and saying something to the effects of, okay, I'm not sure what this does. Then again, he had held back from using them even after only Lee dropped an Easter basket worth of grenades on him. That was better restraint than most capes. It was serious contrast to the bug girl throwing everything but the kitten sneak out long in an attempt to bring him down. Ryan had seen the effect of a brown recluse bright once. That was enough for a lifetime. Still, that was the kind of thing you very much wanted on your side, if just to keep it from being directed towards you. Plus, that was a significant level of firepower that was precise and tightly controlled. Ryan knew the value of intimidation. He had built his entire reputation around being the monster in the dark, a giant swarm of insects, his own power. It was the kind of thing people would react to before they were consciously aware of what their bodies were doing. Everyone knew the threat of an insect, and their minds could easily scale it up. That had a lot more impact than someone who may or may not be carrying around whatever vaguely threatening things was in his pocket. We'll go forward with the bug girl. Take a vote once everyone's calmed down. The other guy will play that as it comes. Lisa shook her head. The boss is going to push for him. Hard. I know. He needed the support to keep Aisha safe, but sometimes the whole arrangement was just infuriating. We see how things progress with the bug girl, we lock her down, and maybe we'll get a bit of breathing room on the grenade sponge. Your optimism is adorable. He winced. Any chance that this mystery, new power, or whatever he has going on will convince the boss we should stay hands off? No. Lisa's answer was immediate and devoid of emotion. In fact, with that kind of power, if we don't manage to land him, the boss will probably make a play of his own. As much as Brian hated to admit it, that seemed pretty likely. Despite working for the boss since the team was founded, he still didn't have much of a sense for the man, or what his long-term goals were. One thing he had picked up was there were serious long-term plans in the works. Whoever their boss was, he was either a thinker or playing the same league as one. Few capes were as territorial as those classifications. Can you manage this? It was going to fall to you to handle the context and planning the approaches. With how you were tonight, I'll be right. Mainly it just caught me off guard. She let out a sigh. I'll contact the boss and update you when I have a better idea of where this is going. Brian nodded. I'll head back out. Start floating the idea of recruitment might go better if we can ease Rachel into it. Lisa checked her watch. Looks like neither of us will be getting much sleep tonight. What's that they say? No rest for the wicked? I got a slight grin from Lisa, but Brian could tell this was wearing down on her. He didn't like this. She was right about how hard the boss would push. An unconnected thinker was too tempting to get prize, and that thinker effect, whatever it was, would push things over the top. They had to find some way to at least get on good terms with them. He could leave that to Lisa. In the meantime, he gently opened the possibility of recruitment to Alec and Rachel. With Rachel, he had to restate every argument they used for Spitfire's recruitment, and then some. Alec was less than helpful in that regard, but at least wasn't trying to actively sabotage anything. By the time he had gotten her to at least entertain the idea, it was too late to even consider going back to his apartment. As he crouched in his room in the hideout, he hoped Lisa was having better luck than him. They needed it. And that's where the chapter ends. So we'll pick this back up next week with the next chapter. Thanks for listening.